could never be a person who made my YouTube channel my brand that I had to uphold to and be consistent with, and having a persistent persona and setting my foods kit aside to eat later. Setting my foods kit aside to eat later. That I had to have everything always uploaded on time. Especially couldn't do it that my life was the star of the show. Never a towel when you need one. It feels like so much of the struggles in the world are a bunch of people telling other people why they don't deserve to be angry. And how the status quo should be enough. And so I'm finding a lot of comfort and challenge and heartbreak and strength from learning about the children of the 60s. The big dreamers. Not the hippies, or at least not the ones who were chasing after good feelings. The people who did the opposite of that, the student protesters, the ones who dared to believe and see that change could happen through nonviolence, through working together. And people were so mad at them for disrupting the status quo, for daring to think that black people should have as many rights as white people. Ever since I was small, I always wanted to have something that I would believe in enough to fight for it, to be willing to go to prison or die for it. I've always been an intense person. Yummy. I'm not really that interested in making videos like ones that I spent weeks on. Didn't even get much more views than ones that I just did off the top of my head, like this one. I want to understand, I want to learn about why the world is the way it is. And we're made up of the traumas, resolved and unresolved, of our forefathers. I don't think we can't move into the future without acknowledging that. And without acknowledging that so many of the people that we love, or we looked up to, aren't as perfect as we thought that they were, and that's okay. I've discovered so many wonderful people, filmmakers, artists, musicians. Here I am looking blank and feeling blank as well. I've seen such heavy stuff and felt such huge emotions, and when I was recording this, Morton had taken the kids for a walk so that I could have some time to clean in peace. Just a few minutes, so I knew that I really only had a few minutes to record something, and I just wanted to talk. I wanted to get it out. I wanted to have something to upload. But turning the camera on, I suddenly just felt so tongue-tied. And I think part of that is there's no safe space. When you want to get really real with what bothers you, with what hurts you, you know there's going to be people that don't get it. And it's if you can't say what's on the tip of your tongue, what's bursting out of your heart and your rib cage, then you're worrying too much. And I know that I do worry too much, so there we go. I'll just say it with poetry. Here we go. Something I wrote I don't know how long ago, and then I just finished just now. A problem with religion is a fear of questions. A system of certainty and authority never falls to its knees. It doesn't ask, only stands, issues demands, teaches a language of submission to the system. The sleeping giant fell asleep at school, where we were taught history that turned out to be lies, where we learned to show up for tests. What mattered was making the mark, winning the prize. Jesus came speaking against the systems, holding the hands of the marginalized. He wasn't a religion. He walked in human skin. He preached love. But his words have been Western whitewashed. How far back does this go? I have to know. I have to know. I've had so many big feelings over the past couple of days. As I've been learning about things, as I've been rediscovering music that I loved, like Etta James, I was singing my heart out. Whoa, did this melt? Oh no, it's... And I feel like riding this wave back down from the joy of singing is just this irritation. Like, how disappointed, how utterly disappointed I was to learn that it wasn't Christians, many white Christians, that did much in the way of civil rights activism. That people, the evangelical Christians of those days, 50 years ago, were saying that activism wasn't what we were meant to do. That life is only on a spiritual plane, which I think is bull a pucky. Pardon my français. I want to understand why. I want to understand why how things got to the way they are now. And I guess part of my irritation is knowing that I haven't found all of the right people to talk about this with. If I offend you, go. It's okay. Go in peace. Blessings on your head. Mazel tov, mazel tov. Mazel tov, mazel tov.